issue of the homelessness within that particular enclave, it's quite important to acknowledge the fact that
Utuado is still there. Okay, the minister should call. You expect it?
Radio Ghana CA so ewo Canada ne Paradero Media ewo YouTube na ye nyina ye expect say enne vetting ebeko so na ohia na chese vetting no aye late be over 41 minutes nanka ewo say wobra abo anopa 9 ewo Ghana, that is over 41 minutes ago, and nanka was vetting no ebaso information I insaka say and say empening for vetting committee empening for no echo conclave afei ena inhemu a one mo echo ye wo dem no watimi asigina ye very soon enche bia no penning for beba betena se na watimi achimu ohwe bre ya wode ma owura Sam George no a na chesowura Sam George nanka ewo se anopa 9 eno any letter ya chese parliament edema owura Sam George mame hwe se metumi ede owura Sam George ede no ede atosuye ede amawo hanom a ohwe time no a ewo owura Sam George ede no so na ohun se anopa 9 am ena nanke wo se hyase na wunim se ministerial vetting no afi na dru ne pompon so ankasa Inti owura Sam George de no what we are hearing is say penny for ayen hye say ware schedule na kwambia so ene owura Sam okujeto ablakwa ena fe Dr. Rashid Pelpuo ene penny for ahodo bi a aka ede ebeba so na sesi penny for asiginaye na kwambia so owura okujeto ablakwa ya ni interview ni vetting ena nkrofo bebre ehwe animu no owura okujeto ablakwa vetting no ene dey ebeba so eno ho enhyemude ena ekoso ena sesi no what we are hearing is simply for ashase the security ama security mo eden wo parliament ono mo a washase a wo block akwan de yete ne say speaker of parliament ede nhihye gu akwan mu se empenifo ehwe den se nipa tena washase wobi ba vet no betimi edi atwie no ebeye nipa no 10 pepepe na wunim se sie no ye kadea na chese owura Sam okujeto ablakwa ne vetting enani eda kwan yesanse the yetiti ne se minority for no won sem bebre yi a efa ne ho a wosusu se during campaign no work can sem bebre ana enye no kre ya wosusu se wo questions bebre to answer. And this particular vetting here, you owura Sam okujeto ablakwa vetting no vetting and crofobibri any ediachi. Sesi amene wo kese no so no penifo yan hye se efri sabri enkwesi wo chena no de nanke wo se nipa beye 6 year aka no obetumi aye nyina eno nti what we hearing is penifo yan hye se owura Sam okujeto ablakwa vetting na wo se etumi baso ne enu achi Dr. Rashid Pelpuo vetting no e wo se etumi baso ne ene nipa bi ekeka ho enu nti empenifo no ekọ demo sesi enkra yenya ne se wonu mu asigina ye ya enche bia in the next 15 minutes no vetting no ebe starting. We are not sure say what the owura Sam George there ena ebe shase but what we are sure ne say ene day owura Sam okujeto ablakwa vetting no ebeba so ene ya minority for no prepare ye yenim se nkrofo enso ehwe kwan na minority leader nso aboa ne ho ye. It is alleged say owura Sam okujeto ablakwa wa shase kra delete niam no bi our publish ye during the campaign no edi free ni Facebook wo ho nkrofo ashase edi ho komo set no yenim se kwambia so no ene okopie wo vetting no appointment committee anymore wo de sansem nyina ebetimi atodwa amiye hu se si de eno ena ye hwe kwan se in the next 15 minutes no a woman say I didn't delay by 1 hour delay by 46 minutes now so in the next 15 minutes you know penny for beba betena sena fe what the vet you know e de ahihye so me say some of you mu eja comment say instrumentals na eda se no kama eno nti mesan esimo so bi whilst wait for the next 15 minutes say ebeba so ra sam kuje to abla kwa vetin no de mahu will be comment or hanimo bright LED was say today is today. Today is the day. Unim so ra sam kuje to abla kwa so wonye obi a warm re eno nti minim se cyber wono so aboa ne home with all the answers and Kofi Obi Babu was say some Jata has God, so he's solid. No occult drill will work in the name of Jesus. Okay, Yate Yeda was it for your comment. And Antoinette Latte and so say or it has been rescheduled. Yehwe say a bit to me abaso in the signal yenya feed no hanomo o hwe dem ho no mo say afi mpanimfo ahya say at the leadership of appointment committee no niema ahya say ebem ya signal chese very soon no a bit to me ahya say mame hwe we nso de Rashid Pelpuo say today afenyo drill this man. Okay, yenim say enunti nkrofo bibre ehwe kwan say enne ebetimi abaso we say Ghana local gospel praise instrumentals. Okay, yeah, that's it. So will be bisa enyum na ye bon ho asem na will be na no say those here because of afenyo. Let me see your hands up. Yeah. Ora Alexander Afenyo Markin yeah there a very difficult situation at the Ora Alexander Afenyo Markin is and say Ora Alexander Afenyo Markin and Crawford no eba vetting bebre and nanfofo. Now so in the name of vetting na wo position into so many ni den na wotimi chere se wo ye adwuma no. And yes, one also the party for the pressure beto ne so almost enkrofo a ebe nyina ne namfofo so wo hwe vetina ekoso Orua Kojo Ajekum minister yeah say yeah approve the nomination parliamentary approval no wono no be presidential initiative Nkranza South North Mrasha Bejani who say questions no air court na no ye den na reminding say we a member of parliament and we senior or a front bencher nti tobo say we interview ni who say hwa and otonebo enu achi bebre wo hono mo a who say Owura Afenyo Markin pese opopu na ni de chese an na ni den ni ade na nso we are den na mfosem ewum eni ade nti edru ba bia na watone down kakra. Minister for Works and Housing. It was obvious that the Minister of Works and Housing only no about golf inti na adam for an about golf na what you be anu obesi wenim na ube popo weni kakra ede amano obe ne den no echi unim say Alexander Afenyo Markin we Freemason and Oro Pariado NC Freemason or ba until Oro Pariado ba you know gymnastics kakra obe ne den yes is microphone no do mo ho enti na che say e wo say bibi koso a enesa now so vetting mienu ye Owura Sam Okujeto Ablakwa ene Owura Sam George wo mienu vetting no New Patriotic Party amanyoko empenifo ene grassroots for hwe Owura Alexander Afenyo Markin nim say wode ne nan besi fom no aye bibi ewo sa vetting no emu Owura Alexander Afenyo Markin enkrofo ehwe minority for no especially sa vetting mienu we Owura Sam Okujeto Ablakwa ye woko we minister designate for foreign affairs and regional integration and afi Owura Sam George ye wono nso ni ministry of communication and afi digital technology and innovations sa vetting mienu we unim se sa enkrofo we ama MPP for who was so pa and until it is expected say minority for no ebema woni abre vetina enkrofo eka ho asem Greater Accra regional minister say ohwe Greater Accra regional minister vetin no a wo betena ase a ye misa no question ba kokra na yese said the wasi conducting ne ho say what if former Greater Accra regional ministers, both NDC and NPP, for nyina beta n'akyi no, wayɛ adeɛ was show good kind gesture, was show subanpa and into answering call. Not a single question, and yebisa no na ɛna ama nkrɔfoɔ ka sɛ wohwɛ regions ɛwɔ Ghana region baako a problems ɛwɔ mu paa Greater Accra ɛfi ya ɛwɔ Greater Accra ɛne ahensɛm ɛna afei nkrɔfoɔ a wɔyɛ langas ne adeɛ a ɛwɔ Greater Accra na nka wɔ so wɔtumi ebisa ɛsan sɛ region baako a ɛho wɔ asɛm paa the outgone government MPP abɛyɛ atwa mu no promise sɛ wɔbɛma Greater Accra ayɛ the cleanest city in Africa ɛno no ɛnsɛ tumi ba so sɛ ntumi ama so ne nyinaa ne yɛyɛ nyinaa yɛnim sɛm nkrɔfoɔ ɛpɛ sɛ na nka ɛwɔ sɛ appointment committee etumi bisa Greater Accra regional minister no questions ɛma wɔ committee ne ho ɛsan sɛ appointment committee no wɔn na ɛyɛ wɔ adwuma sɛ wɔbɛbisa the relevant questions ɛde ama Ghanafoɔ a wɔn mo ɛni akwanya sɛ wɔn mo ɛbɛtumi akɔ parliament no mo na wɔhu deɛ ɛkɔ soɔ no wɔn ɛna nkrɔfoɔ ɛhwɛ kwan sɛ wɔbɛtumi bisa those questions ɛde ama wɔn nanso amaneɛ kyerɛ sɛ appointment committee ɛmisa question baako koraa ɛna wɔn a Greater Accra regional minister no wɔsɔre a wɔkɔɔyɛ ɛno na ama nkrɔfoɔ bebree ahyɛ ase a wɔn mo kasa dendenden sɛ kwan a appointment committee no fa so a wɔde saa adeɛ no fa so no ankɔ yie nti saa adeɛ no ma ne nsi bio ɛbɛyɛ appointment committee mpanyinfoɔ hwɛ sɛ questions no wɔbɛbisa na wɔtumi ama w'ani ayɛ den nti ɛno na yɛhwɛ anim sɛ ɛbɛba Sami asɛnde yɛn comment wɔ sɛ ɔhene poku we are waiting to see make sure you don't come and insult him later. I mean, sure say will respond to AB or Hinipoku comments where what by or Hinipoku say a Fenyo Markin will be a small boy today. Okay, yati a Fenyo Markin say Winim no na wakotun or court to pay away cross examination. Ultimately say we a very intelligent and smart lawyer. Inti Edu baby ana adieno ayeti said the walk appointment wojina court dem no so edu baabi na wo se woto ne bo kakra nti owura ohene poku comment na ma samede ne reply ba say or say we are waiting to see make sure you don't come and insult him later and we're expecting say owura sam okuje to ablakwa ne vet no ebeche say mo be kai a MPP aban no vetting eche yie kane kaswa ewutu senya mrahye bejeni kaswa mrahye bejeni hawa kumsin ne vetting 8 solid hours ena ne vetting ekoye eduru baabi na enkrofo kra de agu ne so se ne brofo nye so manfo be kaia ena omampani Akufo Addo ne first minister of energy Boacheji Akon wono so ne vetting eko 9 solid hours 9 hours ena Boacheji Akon ne vetting ekoye na woka na oka owura Ken Ofori-Atta dia ne vetting was 2 days ena owura Ken Ofori-Atta 2 days ye the whole day ye vetting enwe ema de chenye ema appointment committee assign beto aso eno kra chi no enya de se owura Ken Ofori-Atta wonya unanimous decision eno achi no assign call plenary ema ehonso empenifo majority for edi one numbers ene ko confirm no ya na chese enye asemkuma kra eno nti sesi ya omampeni John Dramani Mahama 2 ne minister designate for defense nano or call vetting within 6 hours na nkrofo complaining say ni 6 hours no so na nkrofo say adam muru afi ru Ken Ofori-Atta so call 2 days ema hawa kumsin call 8 hours ema ru Boacheji Akon call 9 hours na nkrofo ahyase a wono eka eho ensem enunti abusuafo the adro no yenim say akabe 4 minutes very soon enche bia no empenifo no beba oba yenim say obechiche mu de nam so ama ade no a delay for about an hour almost 1 hour na ade no a delay no yenim say empenifo ba wode nchemu ebe ma ye ma unse nkrofo bisa instrumentals na ye bon ho asem nti ye de beto ase de ama kakra na ya twen se empenifo ebeba na fe ya hwe sede ene appointment committee asetena no ebesi akọ edi ameje so ene kwaku opare adesioko opare de ro yemu akwaba ede oba Radio Ghana CA so broadcasting live from British Columbia, Canada for Ghanaians abroad the war North America hanomo se yi abo anajo 1:57 a.m. ahomachi 1:57 a.m. ena abo ewo Pacific time or British Columbia, Vancouver area hanomo sanso ena wo ko Ghana aka 3 minutes na abo 10 aka 3 minutes na abo anopa 10 ewo Ghana enti ebusia yebeko na yakwa akutie enyom yenya signal no say very soon penifo no eba entie Ghana gospel no a edase no eba na chese yehu yede feed no atomu de amamo na Agent Johnson say Perez Dome versus Freemasonry. Okay, say Sam George ekwa sorry ewo Perez Dome. In fact, enye so kwa sorry keke Sam George elder ewo Perez Dome. We elder ewo honomo na owura Afenyo Makin enso Catholic nanso o sanso ye Freemason sa ena yenim no enti ne comment no ono de o compare religion Freemason no say religion say den yemudodo no ayenim enti Agent Johnson I ene minim say enkrofo bebre ehwe animu ekwan okay why na ebe okay my say minority phone be abetena se ora Patrick Yaboama eni ora Patrick Yaboama ba majority phone nso be aba wono mu nam hono mo hyehyɛ won krata enti yehwe wo betena se a ye the feed no ebetum I think say bibia di adan say very soon no ade no ebeba so Ranger Kano say abo 11:57 or here live if we Lebanon. Okay, Lebanon 11:57 anajo anase anopa yeda se oma yehu a Ranger Canon ense enso hweyen e de free Lebanon ena or hweyen e de free okay ena Antoinette Latisi everyday I see the ever ready today been here since 9 a.m. Wow, what's na hanomo sa almost 1 full hour and wabetna hanomo no campaign for no eba inside enti ode yenti enwom no na yensan emra bio na okay Ranger cannot say anopa 9 a.m. and abo 11:57 okay in not just a cyber no aka 1 minute na midday ewo Lebanon ho ohwe yen free Michael appear say ohwe live free Akin South Carolina ewo United States okay yen so yedase na wa mayehu time no abo ewo South Carolina ewo United States okay when so comments any okay we say ohwe live free nidin de Philip Saki ohwe live free Lagos ya ewo Nigeria yen so yedase Nigeria abosan ya na wama yehu mamenhwe se metumi enchebia me de feed no ebetumamo ye dan ye ho yenti enwom na fe yensan emra sesia
Whilst the nominee is preparing to take the seat, I have few announcements regarding during the appointment committee public hearing. And I will need your attention to that regard. Parliament recognizes and appreciates the extensive coverage they have so far given to the committee. And
so that is interesting, and I believe many Ghanaians are going to support it. Thank you.
Any further question? Please, your last question, if this is not a follow-up.
Thank you, Chair. Minister Designate, what plans do you have to make the National Service Scheme more attractive in terms of the allowances and job content? Thank you, Chair.
I wish the National Service Scheme was under my direct care, but it's not. But I have an overall task of ensuring that the Ghanaian worker is properly engaged, and by the dictate of the Constitution, Article 24(1), it tells that we should ensure the safety, health, and fair conditions for every worker. So, direction that will help, increase the allowance of Ghanaian civil, national service workers.
Thank you, Chair. I'm done.
Thank you. A follow-up on the national, but let me place this on record that it is now National Service Authority. We have passed the law. The floor to Honorable Kwaku Asante Boateng.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Congratulations, my brother, for your nomination. And I want to put this on record that there's one appointment that I personally am happy and comfortable with. Because all in gathered here, most of us here, about 70%, may not be able to handle that ministry. Handling Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, require some specific personality. But you look at the composure of my brother, Honorable Pelpuo, his comportment ever since I've known him in this house. It takes somebody like him to handle labor matters. Like previously in the MPP government, we saw that of Honorable Ignatius Bafo Awua. And I must say that if you don't have that comportment and temperament and character, you will not be able to handle that ministry. So I believe the president was very careful, and it's a good nomination. I must say that. In selecting you to the labor ministry. And looking at your background, I have the belief that you have all that it takes to handle the ministry. But my first question, Honorable Chair, if you look at Section 13 of the Civil Service Act, 1993, the ministry that you're going to handle, you're supposed
controversy from institutions and organizations negotiating on their own at different levels. If you have a uniform and unified approach, I'll go in for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
As a follow-up, so you are assuring the good people of Ghana and the working public of this unification that we spoke about?
As I'm still not the minister, but I'm giving my own opinion. If it coincides with the thought structure of the ministry, definitely I will go in for it. Thank you.
Okay, I ask because government spends over 300 million cedis in pensions on some of these areas. And let me shoot straight to the second question, Chairman. I know you are in a rush, and we are here to work. So allow us some space to ask some of the questions, Chairman. The second one is, Rashid Pelpuo is our senior colleague. He's very, very good. So let's do some business. The second question is on the single spine salary structure. And in 2009, between 2009 and 10, under Professor Mills, the president of Ghana, may so rest in peace, he inherited a single spine NS, and on the background of low salaries for workers. For some reason, some services such as the judicial service, audit service, the GRA have opted out of the single spine salary structure, leading to agitations from other services, particularly the civil and local government service, who went on strike so many times in 2024 because of this. I don't know if you recall. What is the NDC government going to do with regards to the new salary structure being demanded by CLOSAC, and whether or not you grant same for them?
Thank you very much. I know that this is one of the key areas of concern and still under negotiation, the review of the single spine salary scheme. And I would plead for your support. I will join my colleague Ghanaians who are within the space of the labor industry, so we can finally get to a point when a review can take place, so we can have a satisfactory response from the NDC government to the many questions posed in that request for review. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any follow-up on that, but I'll go on and ask my last question. Honorable Jisa wants me to finish my question, but I don't know what the problem is. It's on Act 651. I'm sure you are familiar with it, the Labor Act. And some employees suffer all forms of harassment and violence at workplaces. And I would want you to tell Ghanaians some of the gaps within Act 651, especially on harassment and violence at workplaces. You hear some big private sector players beating their employees, women complaining here and there at workplaces. What are some of the gaps reading through Act 651 that you've identified, that you'll be sending a proposal to Cabinet for a review of this very important act? Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, Act 651, the Labor Act, is the overall definition of our approach to labor. These issues he has mentioned are not gaps in that act. What it is our inability to implement fully the directives, the legal instruments that are found in that act. But I understand that because of changing effects of labor workplace reforms, because of issues about technology coming into our work life, and etc., there will be the need to look at it again to see how we can review it to commensurate with present changes and effects. And he, being a lawyer and a friend, I'm very sure with his deep interest in it, he will be a key person we can target to produce, to get resource, as a resource person in this effect, to try to get the Labor Acts reviewed and maybe amended. Thank you.
Chairman, I have just a follow-up on this, maybe for a fee when I'm consulted. Will you, from what you
the bar must prosper.
Rightly so, Chairman. With all that you've said, would you consider increasing the retirement age from the civil service and the public service?
Mr. Chairman, there's a lot of talk about increasing the retirement age now. Some say up to 65, some say up to 70. They are still strong. Why should they retire? I think it should come as a result of a harmonious decision. We would need, as Ghanaians, to reconsider or to consider whether it is time for us to do so or not. A minister, somebody who is nominated and facing the possibility of being accepted or rejected, might not be able to make a strong point there. But I will go along with the many who will pose a view that there is a need for a reform, given our economy and our capacity to deal with it. Thank you.
My senior brother, congratulations. Katuma.
Oh, Abison, thank you.
Thank you very much. I proceed to recognize Hajia Ladi Ayamba, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed by congratulating the nominee. I have, for not less than 30 years, observed your demeanor. I'm not surprised about it. The issue of being slow, gentle, diplomatic, and whatnot has never affected your. So for me, I know you will do it as expected, and inshallah you will do it. By the grace of the Almighty Allah, you will do it. But there is a very simple question I want to ask. And Mr. Chairman, let me precede it by the 24-hour economy and the fact that started now. It has started.
Honorable member, address the chair. Please proceed.
So the 24-hour economy is a very laudable policy that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I know, will ensure that it happens, it works, and it's something we are all looking up to. We are aware that the 24-hour economy will ensure job creation. One of the areas that our opponents hyped and spoke about so much was Agenda 111 of nurses and doctors waiting. And we have so many hospitals running with either 2 or 3 doctors. Even our chief compounds that have more or less turned into clinics, health posts, sometimes even hospitals, if you may take it, need more nurses or doctors. You go to a hospital and then you are told that the doctor just closed, so you have to wait for 8 hours, or you will be coming tomorrow. Will you consider, under the 24-hour economy, although the MPP hyped Agenda 111 and the president told us in his State of the Nation address that they were able to complete, the former president, sorry, they were
and better off very much.
The areas I particularly show direct interest In fact, when I even watch television and I see people suffering elsewhere, it hurts me. And right in my own country, it is something I will want to enforce, that people must have rights to work, they must have right to safety, workplace abuses must not happen, it's against the law and should not happen. So in whatever way I can do to make sure we eliminate it, I will do it. So I have a personal attachment to safetyness and, and the rights of people, wherever they are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I then proceed to give the floor to Honorable Alasan Umar.
Thank you, Chairman. Dr. Alhaji, congratulations. I know with your demeanor and gentility, the Labor Ministry is going to be very calm, even though you're going to see a lot of agitations. My question to you is in relation to our manifesto, the resetting agenda. If you look at, I think, pages 26, it talks about National Employment Trust. And this National Employment Trust will fund SMEs operating 24-hour in the following sectors. All what I want to know is, are you prepared to help His Excellency implement this? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, His Excellency has great vision for this country, and I'm prepared, definitely, to be part of it, and I'm happy I'm being considered to be part of it. So the answer is yes.
Thank you, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Mahama Shaibu.
Chairman, let me thank you for the opportunity. Honorable Dr. Alhaj, my senior bro, congratulations. A well-deserved nomination. Many on this table have recounted your very good attributes. Indeed, trust that I want to ask a question about your integrity and your competence that you have earned and you have backed it. What many don't know, and indeed the NDC needs to celebrate you, is that today, just like religion, that many people fought for religion that we worship freely today, you were the pioneer tertiary education institutions network called TAIN. Many in NDC do not know that you are the brain behind the formation of TAIN. I want to put it on record today that you ought and you deserve to be celebrated. I was happy many years ago to have worked under you as an executive when you were forming TAIN on the campus of University of Cape Coast. Thank you so much for that. We have said a lot. My learned friend Patrick took it through Act 651 on the harmonizing and then harassment. Let me move away from there briefly. My other learned colleague brought it to the labor front in terms of harassment by foreign entrepreneurs. Now let's go back to the external. In recent times, you will have companies advertising for labor for people to be sent abroad for greener pastures. Indeed, there are many of them dotted on the internet. Some you cannot even trace to their offices. Now, innocent Ghanaians will normally apply, pay huge sums of money. Now, for some, apart from being duped or defrauded, the unfortunate ones who will find their way out to these so-called greener pastures are subjected to horrifying conditions. And footages on social media for the past 3 years would show horrifying accounts of some Ghanaians who, in the name of labor, going for greener pastures, people take them there, they don't know what to do. They get there, their passports are confiscated, and they are subjected to various forms of
Honorable Shaibu, your question, please.
Honorable Minister Nominee, I know this has been brought to your attention, or you have stated. Please tell us what you will do, what policy you would put in place to curb or curtail this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I have already indicated that Act 651, 2003, labor law is very categorical in pointing out that child labor is unacceptable within the province and working environment in this country is not allowed. So the policy you are asking for will be defined in accordance with the principle of law stated very clearly in that respect. And I will want to make sure we enforce it to the letter, to the logical conclusion where people who are cited doing so will be punished in accordance with the law. So it will serve as warning to any other person who would be thinking of doing so, or who would be involved in doing in such a practice. Thank you.
Any further questions? Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Nominee, organized labor in recent times has not been that organized. Agitations here and there. Not sure whether it is a legislation problem or a question of practicality. You have studied the labor law. I know you have gone through it. What areas do you think are worth noting and looking at in response to organized labor? Thank you.
I think that it's normal in the stream of things to find people agitating for more, because society is dynamic. Changes occur all the time. The cedi, the worth of the cedi fluctuates. So as we go along, people are found not to be getting the worth of their input. So there are agitations and requests to increase and all that. So these things are normal. They will happen all the time. What we would do is to understand this trend of affairs, first of all, and then to now tackle the issues as and when they present themselves. It will not be easy to give any firm response to it at this particular instance. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me wish the Honorable Nominee Allah's blessings and Allah's guidance in your new role. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I proceed to give the floor to Honorable George Kwaku Ricketts Hagan, Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. for the opportunity to add my voice in congratulating my brother, Dr. Rashid Pelpuo. Doc, congratulations. I'm going to just take you back just one question, and then maybe there'll be a follow-up if there need be. And I want to take you back to where Patrick left off in terms of the Act 766, which is that established the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. Now, I'm talking about the supervisory role of MPRA. You know, MPRA is supposed to be the supervisor of all the pension, schemes and institutions, including SNIT. SNIT was actually set up before the MPRA. Recent events that we are all aware that happened, at SNIT, which is quite unfortunate, in an attempt to offload some of its assets. And it looks as if the regulator hasn't really got the muscle to provide its, supervisory role. Would you tell us what you will do to make sure that MPRA assume its rightful role of being the regulator of the pensions industry, including SNIT, which has obviously been around since inception and seems to be the bigger player in the industry? Thank you.
Well, the law has given MPRA a complete power of regulation of the operations of pensions, the scheme, at all levels, tier 1, 2, 3. And so I don't know what I can say beyond the law that function that provides it to produce those functions that it operates with. So I will only say that when I get in there with your approval, I'm going to study further the issues to see whether it's exercising its full role or not, and if there are any lapses, whatever whatever can be done to help us, repair those lapses, I will definitely help to do it. It has to function as a regulator, and that function cannot be undermined and should not be undermined by anybody. Thank you.
Okay, then my other question, I was going to make it a follow-up, but I think I should make it a second question. And that is to do, again, with the Act. Since the new Pensions Act actually started, and because of the ratios that were done, SNIT now gets less money than it used to when it was dominant, the only and the dominant player in the industry. As a result of that, the contributions that come to SNIT looks like it's actually not adequate to pay for pensions, though it gets invested, to pay for people who are on retirement today. And that figure seems to be going down. And I think there had been, ILO had said that if care is not taken in the next 5 to 10 years, the payment of pension will become a difficult area for people who have gone on retirement. What is your view on that? I don't want to say opinion. What is your view on that? And what would you try and do when you get to the ministry to make sure that that issue is addressed? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, even before I take office, this thing was brought to my attention. I have investigated. I invited somebody to discuss it with me. He disputed the fact that Senate is going down. He explained to me that at this very moment, Senate is beginning, payments of pensioners have matured and they are spending money. So the overall cash element of Senate is coming down, but also that because of the reducing value of the cedi, it has an effect on the totality of the money that is available, the worth of it. But he said, as they're paying and retiring people, more people are getting in, so Senate will not go down. But unfortunately, it does appear to me Senate is no longer part of the Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment. And so I will maybe work with the Minister for Finance so we can ensure that no lapses occur in that. Thank you.
Follow up on that. So let's get it clear. MPRA is still under Labor, Jobs and Employment, and SNIT is under Finance. Is that your understanding?
Yes, that is it.
No further question. I'm sure you will find out when you get there what the situation with our pension is. And I know and I trust that you will be able to resolve the problem. You have the demeanor, the calmness, the diplomacy, the temperament and everything that we, earlier people who asked you questions have mentioned. We all know that. And I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be able to deal with labor issues and all the things that come with it. I wish you well, and congratulations again, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will now give the floor to the Deputy Minority Leader, Deputy Ranking Member, and now available ranking.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm taking this opportunity to congratulate I'll call him my mentor. If anybody has been interested in my progress and my work in Parliament, I will name one person, that is Honorable Pelpuo, who has always been encouraging me, dragging me to committees, especially with the population census. We started together, and he was always encouraging me to do what is right and encouraging me to take up certain path. And I'm very grateful for that kind of encouragement. But we'll just have some few conversations as we move ahead. Because there are aspects of your life that people must know over there. Then I'm looking at your CV. And looking at your CV, I have one very interesting question for you. Honorable, you are a Muslim. Should I confirm that from you? Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Since this is a house of record, I just saw on your CV that you are married without telling me whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or whether you're going to add me to the bunch that are already out there. And so you are married. How many wives do you have, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two wives in my life.
Thank you very much. And you are sure the 6 children are all the declared properties you have? Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. I have 5 from one very committed, dedicated woman, a lawyer, and the second one from another one who is also a very committed, dedicated lady.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nominee. Honorable Nominee, I also noticed that you can speak so many languages, about 4. 4 languages, about 4. And you have rightly described them. because I don't know, I don't think I've ever heard you speak French, but you indicated it's a fair spoken, but you also wrote that you can read and write. But you use the word fair. How fair is your French in terms of writing, the writing of French and then the speaking of it?
Yeah, I studied French in secondary school up to a point. But when I was reading my master's for international affairs, I chose French as a language of study. So I have fair knowledge of French, just fair.
This is on the lighter side. I'm looking at your publications. You have written very interesting books. The first one is The True Meaning of Life. And the second one is a review of the George Orwell's Animal Farm and Chinua Achebe's Man of the People. I'm sure most of us here have gone through the phase of reading these books. Would you like to share the import of all these publications? I think it will be a very interesting thing for us all to know. Thank you very much, each of them. Thank you.
Well, True Meaning of Life is a collection of poems. I write a lot of poems. It's my first publication on the poetry I write. I pick it from the political life of Ghanaians, political life of the people I meet. Poetry is about inspiration and recount of the inspiration in manners that you believe will be comported, but if read, can be expanded in the minds of people. So I have written about philosophy, the philosophy of life in the book, poetry, poems on that, about love, about Africa, and the challenges we face as a people. Those are all captured in poetry and are in that book. I can give. The book has been studied, has been reviewed and approved for the GES. I sent it to them, they reviewed it, and it's been approved for GES. Just that I haven't gone ahead to get it published and spread in that direction. Then the next one you mentioned is about the George Orwell and then Chinua Achebe's Man of the People. If you look at it, you say you write is Rashid Pelpuo et al., meaning with others, with somebody else. Because of my deep love of poetry, of the arts, I've read a lot. And in those